Hey guys, Dr. Ben here, Functional Medicine Centers. Welcome, excited to talk to you today about aging. Something that, guess what? We're all gonna do. It's all gonna happen to us, but how fast are you aging? And that's what I wanna talk about today. At the speed of aging, there is no such thing as anti-aging or to reverse aging. Those things don't work, those don't exist. But what can you do to slow down your aging process? So stick around. I'm going to go through a bunch of different things that you can do, you can implement today to slow down your aging process. Welcome, Functional Medicine, all about getting to the underlying why. Why is the body having these underlying imbalances? And aging is one of those. You know, aging should be this thing where it slowly goes down, and then when that time is for us to go, the light goes out, the candle blows out, and we go away. Hey Chris, good to see you down there in Prescott. Anybody popping on, go ahead and let me know where you're watching from. Love to see where you guys are at. It's great all over the country, all over the world. Drop down any questions as far as aging goes as well, and I will answer those. So aging is going to happen to all of us. We're going to eventually go away and die, and that's going to be it. I've been reading through the Bible so far this year in January, and getting through and seeing, you know, people living 100, 110, 120 years old, and they didn't talk about cancers and diabetes and having to amputate toes and people having to take thyroid. They wouldn't have medication, but cut out a goat's thyroid and eat that thyroid so they can get enough thyroid in there. Hey Kim, good to see you. We've been devolving over quite a while. Gilda, good to see you. We've been devolving, meaning we are getting human diseases, but we're getting human diseases at teens and 20s, 30s, things that never existed 100 years ago, or people just didn't get those. What caused you to lose hair in your 30s, Chris? Great question. So losing hair in the 30s, couple different things, usually a hormone issue. I would get your testosterone and your DHT checked, but while you're at it, also check your estrogens and your progesterone and your prolactin. You want to check all of those hormones and see where there's imbalance. Usually it's spilling over into that DHT, and there's things that you can do to resolve that. So I love my parents. They retired down to the Ozarks in Missouri, like really salt of the earth, really small town type areas. And so we would go back and look at these little cemeteries, even ones that down at the bottom of the hill in the middle of the woods, and a lot of people 85, 90, 95 years old, and they were dying. Yes, there were some of those babies and 5-year-olds and things like that, but most people that I saw in these cemeteries were living 80s and 90s, and that was 100 years ago. So, it's not, when we talk about life expectancy, it's not that people 100 years ago all died at 40. That's not what was happening. A lot of people died 80s and 90s, but people were dying younger as well. Good to see you there. Erla back in the Philippines. Good to see you. All right, so what can we do to slow down our aging process? Because really you can't do anti-aging, you can't do reverse aging. So one of the first things, we've talked about exercise a lot, but really when you talk about aging, it's not just about, oh, you gotta go for a walk, you gotta do these things, but you've got to challenge your body, you've gotta work on your balance, and some really simple things that you can do. Brushing your teeth, stand on one foot. There's these wobble discs, maybe you've seen them at the gym, but they're inflatable plastic. You can get them on Amazon. You fill them up and you stand on there and your body goes wiggle, 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 and that helps stimulate that brain. So you put one foot or both feet on there and your body wiggles a little bit, and that's going to stimulate that balance. One of the big things we know that as women age, very high likelihood of falling, breaking a hip, something along those lines. So working on that balance is absolutely crucial, something that we don't talk enough about. Strength is great, and we need that strength to be able to get up and get something off the top shelf, anything like that, but balance is crucial. Even walking barefoot on rocks, so if there's rocks out by the driveway or path or anything like that, the low river rocks, you want to walk on those. Challenge your body, challenge your balance. We test balance on every single new patient, and if there's any new patients out there or people that have been in our office, give me a thumbs up, because that balance was tested, and vast majority of you are having more issues than you realize. So working on that balance is crucial in addition to the strength, because that's really where function comes in, is balance combined with strength, and you're able to function at a whole lot better. So with that, we want to eat more protein. So a third of the people over 50 don't eat enough protein. They don't get enough protein into their daily diets. Protein is going to be huge for muscle strength, for muscle tone, for muscle mass. One of the things we know is that every 10 years, each decade, as we age, we lose 8% of our muscle mass or muscle strength, and that's on average through there. And once you get over 70, 75, it drops even more dramatically. So you've got to keep that going. My mom had shingles this summer, wasn't able to really move her arm for like a month and a half, and was, excruciating pain, a lot of different things. And she lost a lot of strength, even in her hand and stuff, from not using it. And she's over 70 and really had some dramatic decrease in that muscle tone. So you've got to keep the muscle mass going. You've got to get enough protein into your diet. And as you're aging, you want to make sure that you're getting enough to be able to build muscle and do those things. A lot of people are not getting enough plants, even going on a paleo diet, a keto diet, things like that. You don't have to be plant-based and not eat animal protein. That's not the goal, but the goal is to eat as many plants, as many fruits and vegetables as you possibly can. And then you add some protein in at each meal, some good fats, but base your meals on those plants, on those fruits and vegetables, and that's going to be a huge part of the nutrients that your body needs to go through this process. Vitamin D, we've talked about vitamin D. Heather, lysine can be good for shingles. Just all depends on how bad it is and what the underlying cause is. So vitamin D, we've talked about it for the immune system. We haven't talked about it a lot for the bones. And basically what we look at is the bones need that vitamin D. And so as we age, that's one of the other big concerns, is that women will fall, they'll break a hip, things like that. So you've got to get your vitamin D, you've got to get outside, you've got to get that sunshine. All of those things are going to be crucial. Number 4 here is avoiding toxins. So toxins are everywhere, and some of them are very challenging to avoid. Like this summer when we had all the fires out here in Colorado, we were getting smoke all the time, regardless of what you were trying to do. So what can you do? Well, smoking, alcohol, any of the plastics. So if you start looking at the different plastics out there, and they're starting to get rid of some of the bad ones, coatings on your cookware, a lot of different things. Just do some Google searches on how to decrease toxins in your household. The cleaning products that you use, a lot of different things. Those toxins are going to cause aging. So as natural as you can do, using vinegar, using some different things to clean with, as opposed to some of the bleaches and some of those type of things. Maintaining your gut is crucial. We know there's a huge connection between the brain and the gut. And so you've got to maintain that gut in a good, healthy way. You've got to get enough of the probiotics in, enough of the good bacteria from fermented vegetables. I was just at Costco last night. They had a huge tub of kimchi. You can do fermented vegetables like that, like sauerkraut, a lot of different things to work on that gut. Glutamine is really helpful for that leaky gut lining, and taking a probiotic on a regular basis is huge as well. Remember, gut-brain connection, huge. Your brain is going to age a lot faster if your gut is not where it needs to be. And with that brain, you've got to maintain that activity. A lot of people hit 40, 50, 60, and their brain activity goes down dramatically, not just because they're aging, but because they're not learning, they're not doing new things. So, look, now, here, I've got teenage boys, and they learn everything. One of my boys, he's building a 10-foot by 24-foot insulated greenhouse, all from the internet, all from YouTube. He's learned how to frame in windows. He shingled a roof, all these different things. I didn't show him much of anything. He just looked it up, figured out how to do it. You've got every opportunity to learn anything and everything out there. So learn something new every single day. And that's going to be a crucial piece for you to be able to drive that brain forward, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. So again, there is no such thing as anti-aging. There is no such thing as reversing aging, but you can slow your aging process. So cleaning products, yep, exactly. We've got to take a look at what is in there, get those toxins down. So great to see you guys. Hope you're having a great day. We're getting some snow out here in Colorado. Wherever you are, stay strong. Keep your bodies as vibrant as you possibly can. If you've got any questions, pop those down below.